Ever since the release of the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker teaser trailer just over 3 months ago over at Star Wars Celebration, it left a lot of fans around the world very excited and eager for the next trailer 2 of this movie by director J.J. Abrams that'll provide a better sense and overall tone of the movie and exactly where things are going to end the sequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to offer a lot of different revelations as well as twists and turns, and that the upcoming footage, by the way, which is all set and ready to drop on August 24th of this year, we got just 21 days to go until we finally get to see new footage of The Rise of Skywalker. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 2 of this movie, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where Kylo Ren is standing in front of a large Darth Vader hologram on a large stage of the First Order, where Kylo is said to be making a speech to hundreds of stormtroopers about the legacy of his grandfather and of destroying the Resistance once and for all, and how Luke's legacy is a threat to the First Order. It's said to be a speech that parallels the speech made by Hux in Episode 7. However, Kylo is said to be very calm, confident, and keeps his composure during the speech, making him in a strange way feel like less of an evil character. The next describes a scene where both Rey and Kylo Ren are inside of a large hangar bay, staring at each other while both of their lightsabers are ignited. It's said to be a very dark scene with flickering lights from the Ravager ship losing power, where one of the sequences involves Kylo and Rey sprinting toward each other and jumping and floating in mid-air, giving fans a tease of the zero-gravity saber duel at the end of the second act of Episode 9. Lastly, a description of a glimpse of 2 meditation sessions, where one of which involves Kylo holding the melted Vader helmet, where Palpatine and Vader's dialogue can be heard in the distance, where the other sequence involves Rey holding the Skywalker saber, where she can hear the Anakin, Luke, Obi-Wan, and Yoda Force Ghost dialogue that are heard in the distance as if the scrambled voices are spinning around Rey's head. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that this film is really going to evolve the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey. And the biggest hint here of Kylo Ren's evolution in The Rise of Skywalker is how we are finally get to see him as a leader, if you will, a man who is on stage making a speech to the entire First Order fleet and army. Now, in case you guys did not know, Kylo Ren is now considered the supreme leader still in Episode 9, which is great. But we also know that there is going to be this side of Kylo Ren where he's actually said to be a greater leader than that of Supreme Leader Snoke. And the way he really pretty much carries himself, it's actually described that he's going to seem like less of an evil leader than Snoke, or how Hux acted on stage in Episode 7, giving that big speech to the First Order fleet on Starkiller Base. So in this scenario, while Kylo Ren is delivering this dialogue in the form of a speech, behind him there's a large Darth Vader hologram, and while Kylo Ren is giving this speech, he's talking about the legacy of his grandfather, how Luke Skywalker's legacy as well is a threat to the First Order, and how they must destroy the Resistance once and for all. So that's a very interesting side of The Rise of Skywalker, seeing Kylo evolve from an apprentice now to a leader who's making speeches to the First Order. I think it's very interesting, the fact that they're bringing Kylo in that direction. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over is, of course, one of the authentic lightsaber duels. Now, I know a lot of fans have been very mixed on the flash fights that are going to be a big part of the third act of Episode 9. However, there are going to be authentic lightsaber duels in this film. What do I mean by this? Well, I mean traditional lightsaber duels. No magic to it all. Nothing crazy like going back in time and witnessing different events of the past and stuff like that. This particular scenario is actually said to tease the zero-gravity lightsaber duel between both Rey and Kylo Ren on board of the First Order Ravager ship during one of the space battles where the ship temporarily loses power. So, in case you guys did not know, there are gravity generators on a lot of these different ships, and even in the Clone Wars, we got a great example of Anakin, I believe it was with Ahsoka, where one of the ships, the gravity is disabled, and they engage in a lightsaber duel against somebody in mid-air. So that's a very interesting side that JJ is really taking from the Clone Wars and inserting it into Star Wars Episode 9 between Kylo and Rey. And I think that's going to be a very interesting side for a lightsaber duel. And the last thing that I do want to cover is, of course, the one where we actually get to hear the dialogue of Palpatine, Vader, Luke, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and even Yoda, through the meditation scenes involving both Kylo Ren and Rey holding on to these ancient artifacts. Well, not necessarily ancient, but these artifacts that belong to characters from the original trilogy. We're talking about Luke Skywalker's lightsaber and, of course, Darth Vader's helmet, being used as conduits, if you will, for the voices that come through to both Rey and Kylo. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.